Om Shanti. Greetings of peace. We are living in a very challenging world. And so many people are having negative thoughts, wasteful thoughts about all the things that are happening, so many types of crises. And you know, when we create these negative thoughts, we are activating what is called the fear factor in our brain. And when we are full of fear, we become very selfish because we only think about survival. And when we think about survival, we only want to do the things that are good for us, and we don't think about others. We are not generous. We become very selfish. And at the same time, creativity is blocked. And the capacity to share with others is blocked. And this is what is happening in the world. So much fear because so many things. And it seems when you see things externally, it seems that they are justified. This is why it's so important in these times, in this moment, for me, my understanding, it's fundamental to understand your own mind, to understand how thoughts are working, to understand how you perceive the world, because it's not the reality what you see with your eyes. The reality that you are living is a perception that you have in your mind about the reality that you are seeing with your eyes. So when we understand how our thoughts are working, then we are able to change the thoughts, to create better thoughts, to create positive thoughts. And then we activate another kind of parts of our brain which sends to our cells chemicals that creates dopamines, endorphins, and we feel more calm. And when our mind is calm, then we feel more generous. We are able to share with others. We are able to feel more stable. And this is what is needed now, stability. Because the world is so uncertain. The world is so unstable. So many things unpredictable can happen at any moment. So the only thing that we can do to really connect with goodness inside ourselves is to be stable and to be able to connect with the resources that we have internally, because we don't know what will happen externally. Everything can change at any moment in time. So for that, to be stable, there are some tools or skills that we need to develop. One of them is to become the detached observer. It's very important now to understand how important it is to create a healthy distance between the things that are happening outside and myself. Why? Because if I create this distance, I'm able to understand the context. I'm able to understand the situation. I'm able to use my mind and look for the benefit and the understanding of what is happening, and then give a response and not a reaction. People are reacting almost all the time, externally or internally. And sometimes this internally, this creates a lot of pain inside. But when we are able to become the detached observer, we are able to become a little bit more distant from the situations and the relationships and people and everything. We have this space to be able to respond in a different way. So the detached observer is very important. And how we practice this? We practice this with the understanding that we are something more than the image that we are seeing. We are something more than the body that we are seeing. Even we are something more than the character that we are performing in our story of our life. And when we understand that we are spiritual beings, conscious beings, that we can think, that we can feel, and we are the ones who move the body. I am the one who creates my story. I'm the one who feels what is happening. So when I draw my attention within and connect with my inner being, we call it the soul. When I connect with the soul and I detach from the body, I can experience a feeling of peace, a feeling of stability, internal stability. And I train then my mind to have less thoughts, to have positive thoughts, to have peaceful thoughts. Very simple, but you can repeat to yourself, I'm a peaceful soul. I'm a peaceful being. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with the world around me. And maybe you can think you are creating these thoughts, but this is not the reality. Yes, but remember, thoughts are like seeds. And every seed gives fruits. And if you keep these thoughts in your mind, and you feel these thoughts, and you practice for a while, these thoughts start to become a reality. Because our lives right now is the fruit of the thoughts that I have had in the past. But because we are not conscious, we think that we are living the life according to the circumstances or the situations that are influencing us. This is why it's so important to raise awareness, to raise our consciousness, and to understand that we are able to educate our mind. We are able to understand life in a different way. We are able to recreate the perception that we have of our job, of our life, of our relationships, of our body. And understand that I'm not the body, I'm a conscious being. And understand that peace is my natural nature. I have this internal energy like a resource. But I have forgotten that. And this is why meditation is so important nowadays. Before it was like a hobby for many people. But now I think it's one of the most powerful resources or methodologies that we can use to raise awareness, to educate our mind, to change the perception of the world that we have. And in this way, be able to not only to be more stable and more peaceful, but be able to inspire other people with our lives. Because people are very tired and very confused of seeing or listening to so many types of different informations, so many videos, so many courses, so many information, so many news. So it's very confusing. People need to see now some examples of how do you live your life in this world so that you can become an inspiration for others. And this is why it's so important meditation, because meditations teach you how to educate your mind, how to create this peaceful environment inside yourself, so that then you can create this environment outside yourself and impact others, and others can perceive this energy from you. So now my feeling is that we have to go inside. We have to find time to reflect, to be a little bit more introverted, and to transform ourselves. My deep belief is that when I change, all the things around me start to change. And I am affecting everything around me. And if I change and you change, then the world is a little bit better. And if a group of people really make the effort to change inside themselves and have this deeper transformation of consciousness and understanding themselves and others in a different way, and perceiving the world a different way, and also being able to visualize and to believe deeply that another world, a better world, an harmonious world is possible, then I'm sure that the world will change and a new world can come and a new society can begin. But the thing starts in every one of us. And for that, we need to stop, to pause, to go inside, to reflect, and to work on ourselves, understanding that we are much more than what we see. And when we connect with our true beings, with the soul, and we understand and we start to experience that we are spiritual beings in a world of matter, experiencing the matter, but in fact we are spiritual beings, and we start to experience this internal peace and start to vibrate in a different vibration, we also can feel that there is a higher consciousness. And when we connect with this higher consciousness, then we receive some kind of power, spiritual energy that helps us to be more stable, to be more peaceful, to be more generous, more altruistic. And then we want to share with others because we have no fear. We understand life in a different way. And we know that we have to help each other. We have to cooperate with each other. And together, we have to create a better world. So my feeling, deep feeling from my heart, is that now is the time to reflect, to meditate, to go inside, and to take this deep responsibility, personal responsibility, to transform yourself. Understanding then that when I transform myself, the world also is transforming a little bit, and my life will become an example to inspire the lives of many other people. So my best wish for all of you is that you also find the time to go inside, to pause, to think about yourself as a different thing, not matter, not body, just a spiritual being, and start this inner work of self-transformation. Om Shanti.